Graham here, living the dream in 2024, and if you're expecting an introduction from the Big Island in Hawaii, I'm sorry guys, but the morning I recorded my introduction, I lost an entire morning's content due to GoPro failure. I'm really sorry about that. So from my kitchen here in Scotland to the Big Island on Hawaii, these are Fiona and my first impressions, covering Saturday afternoon, Sunday and all day Monday. Hi, I'm Graham and this is my wife Fiona, and we have always had a work hard, play hard philosophy. From London to New York and of course the Caribbean, we live our dream through travel. And of course, the odd cocktail. And here on YouTube, we create our memories while living our dream. So come and join us as we share our memories with you. In the last episode, Fiona and I had just stepped off a Hawaiian Airlines Boeing 717 on our short 20-minute flight from Honolulu in Oahu to Kona here on the Big Island, where we arrived in a very quirky little airport because of its openness. In my experience, airports are typically very closed and sterile places, but not here in Kona, where the airport felt like it was just part of the natural Big Island. I did warn Fiona that Kona Airport was refreshingly different. At this airport, there was no doubt where in the world you were, and it felt like we'd arrived in the real Hawaii. And right now, we were off to baggage reclaim, and it was not like any other baggage reclaim I've ever seen at an airport anywhere else in the world. What you gotta remember, guys, is Kona isn't a tiny airport. It receives passengers from all over the United States and not just inter-island hopping flights. And it's designed in such a way that baggage reclaim is just in another open air hut. And here comes one of our cases first off the flight. And despite hiding, our second case wasn't far behind. And Simon was waiting for us in his Liv'n pickup truck, which if you follow the channel you will have seen before, especially on video number 231 from January 2023, which I called Sedona and Red Rock Country in a Liv'n. Since then, Simon bought a new Liv'n SUV and shipped the pickup that we're in now all the way from Phoenix, Arizona to the Big Island here in Hawaii, where Simon spends most of his time with his wife Kerry, who you will meet as this episode continues. And right now we're heading to Simon and Kerry's home, which is situated in a beautiful residential area approximately 1,300 feet above the city of Kona. For Europeans like Fiona and I, Hawaii feels very similar to the Canary Island, and they should do because they're all volcanic islands. But here on the Big Island, you will see evidence of the island's volcanic roots pretty well everywhere. And if you stick around long enough with this episode, you will see me get very acquainted with the hardened lava. As we make our way up to Simon and Kerry's house, I'm going to bring Saturday to a close because I didn't take any more video this afternoon. But I am going to end today with some photographs that Fiona and I took of the beautiful sunset from Simon and Kerry's front deck. And I do promise you guys, I have taken time lapses of a couple of sunsets while here on the Big Island. So stick around to see lots more. start Sunday back in the Rivian because we're off to Kona for some brunch, and then we're going to the end of the world. Yeah, bear with me guys and all will be revealed. If you continue to watch these episodes from the Big Island, guys, you're going to see a lot of pretty big surf. I was told there had been a really big storm in the South Pacific, and this was a result of that storm making landfall on the Big Island. And brunch was fantastic while just watching the surf. And back in the Rivian, we're heading to the end of the world. The end of the world is a jagged plain of lava rock that drops to the sea just south of Kona on the Big Island. And as you'll see shortly, I'm approaching a very small bay, which is extremely dramatic when the sea is this rough. Guys, I want you to pay special attention to how jagged the rock is, because in a minute or two I'm going to find out firsthand what it's really like to come down hard on it. As I edit this video weeks and weeks after that incident at the end of the world, I'm still picking off scabs from the wounds that I got from that fall, trying to protect my iPhone. But right now, we're making our way back up the hill to Simon and Kerry's house, but stopping along the way to look at the breathtaking vista over the beautiful Pacific Ocean. The vast majority of people living in Kona don't live in the city centre or by one of the many beaches. They live on the hill above the city, just like Simon and Kerry do, at approximately 1,300 feet above sea level. It's much more lush up here, it is certainly a lot greener. And being in the tropics, that means more rain. But it is a lot cooler. And as a result, few houses require air conditioning. And that's where we're heading right now, back to Simon and Kerry's, where I'm going to bring Sunday to a close. But first, I'm going to show you some photographs that I took throughout the day, and then I'm going to end with a sunset time lapse. But if you stick around with this episode to tomorrow and Monday, you're going to see the other side of the island. On Monday, you find us in an extremely rugged but beautiful place with a very sad history. Because this morning we're in Laupahoehoe, which is on the east coast of the Big Island. On April the 1st, 1946, an 8.6 magnitude earthquake was registered just off the coast of the Aleutian Islands, and that triggered a tsunami, and the 37-foot waves arrived just around 5 hours later in Laupahoehoe here on the Big Island and took the lives of 159 people. The saddest thing about this story was the primary school that was swept away, killing 24, 16 of which were school children, 4 teachers and 4 residents. After visiting Laupahoehoe, we drove south for a few miles to the Botanical Gardens. The Hawaiian Tropical Botanic Gardens is a really beautiful place, and I've provided a link here to their website. And it's an extremely well-designed visitor centre where you can walk their trails while checking out the beautiful fauna en route. Yep, as you can see guys, my wife loves plants and flowers, and who wouldn't when you're in such a beautiful place. Eventually, the path through the rainforest led down to the sea. And what is hard to explain in this video is we could hear the sea lapping against the coast for at least the last 30 or so minutes. After walking all the way down the botanical gardens to the coastline, we were now well on our way back up the hill. I wouldn't say it was a particularly hard walk because we were taking it easy, taking in all of the beautiful sights and sounds that these botanical gardens had to offer. But we were now back at the car park next to the visitor centre, which gave Fiona some opportunity for retail therapy. Guys, if you're ever on the Big Island, we would highly recommend the Hawaiian Tropical Botanical Gardens, so check out their website for further information. But as you can see, we're back in the car, next stop Hilo. Hilo is the largest town on the Big Island, and according to the 2020 census had a population of just over 44,000. It's also home to the island's government, including one of the many campuses for the University of Hawaii. We did stop here briefly to go for a walk and get a cup of coffee, and it's a very interesting little town which was also devastated in the same 1946 tsunami that I talked about earlier. And as we left Hilo after our coffee, we went for a drive around one of the local parks looking at the banyan trees. It was soon time to leave Hilo, and we would be making our way across the middle of the island between at least two of the Big Island's volcanoes on what is known as Saddle Road. We will be visiting Volcano National Park in the next episode, so you know what to do, guys. If you want to continue to follow Fiona and I as we enjoy our time here in the Big Island, Hawaii, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and press the bell icon to be notified when our next episode is published. And back in the car, we're continuing our journey westbound towards Kona. Today we drove across mountains, through a rainforest and desert, and of course around volcanoes. And at one point we even drove through meadows that wouldn't have been out of place in the shires of England. The Big Island just kept surprising Fiona and I, and would continue to for the rest of the week. As we make our way back to Simon and Kerry's, it's going to be time to bring Monday and this episode to a close, but not before I try another time-lapse sunset from the veranda. And last but not least, thank you very much for watching.